G'day guys, welcome to this RXY's feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 2 recap preview for 2020 guys, so let's get started. So the first match of this game, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Cowboys. Now this game was absolutely very cool. I like how the way that Cowboys stood up to the game since they lost up against Broncos. It was just absolutely very tough of them because they absolutely just controlled that game, and I just thought that this game was absolutely very organised by the Cowboys. And really for a fact is, I like how the way that this game was very odd to how the way it was brought out. But it was a very good game. I like how the way that Cowboys just stood there and just took it very hard, and whereas Bulldogs, they just struggled. And I like Bulldogs, but this game was terrible for them because they had a lot of knock-ons, a lot of errors from the Bulldogs, and for the Cowboys they're absolutely excellent, which I thought really, for instance, though, Cowboys were going to win, and they were. So I tipped the Bulldogs though. But really for a fact is, it was just basically, the scoreline was 24 points to 16, and basically Cowboys won that anyway. So really for a fact is, I like how Cowboys are. They've stood there, grown it tough, grown a bigger game, and they just took it home for a win at ANZ Stadium anyway. So really for a fact is, Cohen Hess, Valentine Holmes played really well. Nick Meaney played very well also too, which he got a try assist. Lachlan Lewis scored that try also too. Renouf Tuamunga scored a try too. Can't remember who else, but I know another person also scored a try to make it 24 to 16 anyway. But Cowboys are a very good team, and they just took it home for a win, and they've obviously just made it to an absolute lead, and well done to the Cowboys anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Dragons going up against the Panthers. Now this game was absolutely very suitable to watch. The scoreline was 32 points to 28, and it was an average scoreline because really Dragons just played with their pressure onto that team. And really for a fact is, I like how the way that this game was a very good game also too. So I like how the way that Dragons were taking to their advantage that they were going to win that game. But then Panthers just came in and obviously took that lead to an absolutely very good lead. But only by a couple of points though, because William Kikau obviously scored that try, and Matt Duffy's got a runaway try, which I wasn't expecting, and he was just absolutely unbelievable. I knew for a fact that Matt Duffy, since he was coming into that squad, was just going to change everything. But then the Dragons didn't win that game. It was just absolutely not good for the Dragons to not win that game at all. But for the Panthers though, there was quite a couple of areas which I just thought it was not very good at all. But really for a fact is, I like how the way that the Panthers just held on with the win, and they just didn't drop the ball, and then Dragons didn't come home with the win. But Panthers obviously stood there and just make it happen. So then the Panthers just got that win and just made it to an absolute very good scoreline anyway. But it was a very tough game. I knew for a fact that Panthers were going to win because they're a very tough team, and obviously got a very good squad, which I thought Nathan Cleary just took it to an absolute very good game. And really for a fact is, I like how the way that Panthers are a very good team, and they just work hard and obviously play hard also too. But it was a 32 points to 28 scoreline, and I cannot believe that Panthers took away team for a win, and obviously Nathan Cleary just made it to an absolute win. So well done the Panthers anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Broncos going up against the Rabbitohs. Now this game was absolutely very tough. usually the Broncos and Rabbitohs really have it tough. Um, but really, for a fact is Broncos are a very good team, and they just didn't make a really good effort. But it was just a lot of attack and attack and attack for this club. But Darius Boyd, I may give some credit to Darius Boyd, but he didn't do very well. But he did 50% for me. He just only did 50%, which I thought he just did really well. But I still think he needs to retire because he's getting old and he's getting to that stage where he doesn't really play a very good game right anyway. But Rabbitohs are a very good team, and I just thought Rabbitohs were going to win that game, but they didn't. So it was just very, very critical to see this game took it to another level. But the Rabbitohs, though, they just didn't held on with the win, took it, and just basically didn't win that game at all. So really, for a fact is, I like how the way that this game was a very good game for the Broncos because they just fired up against the Rabbitohs and they just held on with the win and then obviously made a very good tackles, and I just say well done the Broncos anyway. But this person, number 5, was just absolutely very. He just played this game right, and he was just on top, talented, and absolutely a very good player. Because he used to play for the Titans, but then now he played for the Broncos, which I did not realise he plays for the Broncos now. I thought he still played for the Titans, but then something must have happened. Which Jordan Kahu leads out for a number of weeks, I would say, unless if he gets brought into that number 5 squad. I'm not too sure about that, but anyway, it was a 22 points to 18 scoreline, and well done to the Broncos anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Warriors going up against the Raiders. Now, this game was absolutely very cool. The Warriors, though, were absolutely shocking because they played absolutely terrible. But really, for a fact is, it was just a very good win from the Raiders because they just took it to a new level. Curtis Scott, Jack Whiten, Sia Soliola just absolutely scored 3 tries and obviously a penalty goal. But absolutely just they were just remarkable. Curtis Scott is a very good player, which he was a former Storm player, and Jack Whiten is a very good player also too, which he is just a killer of a freak. And really, for a fact is, I like how the way that this game was just a very average game, but this game was just an absolutely very odd game. But the Raiders, though, they just held on with the win, and the Warriors, I don't know what the hell they obviously did, but they was just so sloppy. Everything was just so very hard on them. But the Warriors, though, Cody Nicarima only scored, which was a penalty try, to make it 20 points to 6 for that scoreline, and obviously Raiders won that. But for this game, though, I like how the way that the Raiders were just absolutely remarkable. They took it to a new level and just absolutely very crucial about this game. But I tell ya, when the Raiders just go on top, they absolutely are a killer of a team. But then, what I can say about this team, though, Curtis Scott's a very good player, which he just stands out and obviously takes it to another level for this team, and was 20 points to 6 scoreline, and I cannot believe that the Raiders won against the Warriors anyway, but well done to them anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Roosters going up against the Sea Eagles. Now, this game was just absolutely sloppy. It was at Leichhardt Oval in Sydney, and this game was just absolutely terrible, and the Roosters were usually a very good team, and they are a hard team to beat. But then Manly Sea Eagles just thought on top that this game was just a usual game of football, but then both teams were just absolutely sloppy on defence. But then Tom Travojevic obviously scored for that one, and Daly Cherry Evans kicked the field goal to make it 9 points to 8. But then Daniel Tupou obviously scored a try too to make it 9 points to 8. But then Luke Keary was going to get a field goal too, but obviously hit the post and didn't obviously get in. But really, it was just a matter of time for this game, and I don't like this game because it was obviously sloppy, there wasn't really good entertainment, and it was just hard thing to just say. It was just absolutely sloppy, terrible, and wasn't really that good at all because it was obviously boring. But then this game was just another thing to say, like, they just need to, like, remain into that game. And then what I can say about this one, they just need to aim up to make it a very good, entertaining game that people can watch. But for the Roosters, though, they are a very good team, and I just thought if they can win for another next round, they obviously can. I'm not too sure who they're playing for the next round anyway. But the Manly Seagulls, though, well done to you guys that obviously won that game, and I just think that game was just remarkable from you guys anyway, because Daly Cherry Evans only kicked that field goal to make it 9 points to 8 scoreline anyway, which I thought the Roosters were going to win that, but then Manly Seagulls obviously won that anyway, so well done to Manly Seagulls for winning that game anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Sharks going up against the Storm. Now, this game was absolutely very, very awesome from the Storm. The Storm are a very good team, which I do think that this game was just a very hard game from the Melbourne Storm, and the Sharks thinking that they can win that game. I'm not 100% sure, but it was just very sloppy because of the errors they made, and obviously how the tackle breaks, which is absolutely terrible. But really for this game though, I could say that the Melbourne Storm did pretty well, and the Melbourne Storm are a very good team now, which they can aim up to another level of football. But then for this game though, what I can say is that the Melbourne Storm are a very good team to say that that game was just absolutely very entertainment football. And for Billy Magoulias obviously scoring that try, and for Tui Kamakamika, which he obviously scored a try too, which made it 12 points to 10, and obviously the Melbourne Storm have won that game for sure by 2 points. And really for that game, it was a very close game, it was a very hard game, and usually these two sides very clashing against each other, and it makes it very frustrating for them. But last time they played against each other, it was just very frustrating, and things got heated by Paul Gallen and Will Chambers, and obviously had a brawl. But then this game was just a very clean game, and there wasn't any brawls at all, which I do think was a bit pleasuring of the game. And really for this game and for the Sharks, I just think that they were playing a very good style of football, but then going up against the Storm, they are a team that they can play hard and play tough. So it was 12-10 scoreline, and obviously Melbourne Storm won it by 2 points. So that game was absolutely pretty much a very good game of football, but well done to the Melbourne Storm anyway. The next game of this round, we see the West Tigers going up against the Knights. Now, this game was very cool for this one, which I can think that this game was very entertainment. I liked this one. It was a very good game. Wasn't boring. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't like obviously sloppy. But what I mean by sloppy is if it would be raining heavily, it would be sloppy because the grass would have been wet anyway. But then it was at Leichhardt Oval for this match, and really for a fact is this game was just remarkable from the Newcastle Knights, and which I could say that they were just playing hard up against the West Tigers, and West Tigers didn't do very much playing well. But for this game though, what I can say about it, it was just very remarkable from this game. And David Norfoluma scored that intercept try, which was absolutely remarkable. I wasn't even expecting that anyway. But but Edric Lee obviously scored a try, which he was just absolutely electrifying. But I could say that this game was just a very entertainment game of football. Nari Tuala, I can't say it right. Nari Tuala obviously scored a try too, which I think Kalen Ponga obviously had a penalty goal, and was just remarkable from the Newcastle Knights anyway, and it was just, the scoreline was 42 points to 24, and this game was just a very high scoring match, but it wasn't very high scoring because I just say that this game was absolutely entertainment. But really, what I can say about this game though, it was just a high class game, and what I can say about it, usually the West Tigers are a very good team, but then they do sloppy things, and then the Newcastle Knights obviously are a very good team, but well done the Newcastle Knights for obviously winning that game anyway. And finally, the next game of this round, we see the Titans going up against my Parramatta Eels. Now, this game was absolutely very much cool, which I think that this game was just a very high quality, good match. And really, for a fact is, I like how the way that the Eels just absolutely destroyed the Titans, and my Parramatta Eels were just absolutely amazing. Dylan Brown scored 2 tries, Kane Evans, Mitchell Moses, Maiko Sivo, Penny Terapo, all of them scored tries, and it was just absolutely remarkable from them. But the speed from Mitchell Moses was absolutely electrifying going up against Philip Semi. But then Mitchell Moses only scored a try by that much, and then if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't even scored anyway. But for Mitchell Moses though, he is just absolutely a good class player, and I just think that the Parramatta Eels were just absolutely remarkable, and I could not say anything better than myself, which I was pretty much happy to say that well done to the Parramatta Eels for obviously winning that game up against the Titans. Now, really for the Titans though, they just need to win games of football. If you don't win games, you're just not going to have a good class squad and a good classing team. But really, for instance, though, the Titans need to, it's just work hard and obviously practice more to obviously win games of football. But they can't just obviously play a very good game and then obviously lose, because you're not going to get anywhere. But for the Titans though, they just need to aim up. But Dale Copley only scored 1 try, which is just remarkable from him. But it was a 46 points to 6 scoreline. It was a very high scoring match, and I tipped the Eels by 18 points. And it was just remarkable from them anyway. But well done to the Parramatta Eels for winning that game up against the Titans anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care guys. Stay safe and have a good one.